Welcome back to the deep dive.
Good to be here.
Today, we're taking a close look at some pretty interesting legal moves happening in the crypto space.
Yeah, specifically involving Coinbase, the exchange, and the state of Oregon.
Exactly. We're working from some news article excerpts you sent over, covering the initial legal filings, some statements, the usual drill.
That's right. Gives us a good snapshot of the arguments flying back and forth right now.
So our mission today, using this material, is really to unpack the main arguments from both Oregon and Coinbase.
And crucially, figure out why the venue, like where the case is actually heard, is such a sticking point.
Yeah, that seems key. And we want to pull out the main takeaways so you can get up to speed quickly on this whole situation.
And there's this interesting underlying tension here, isn't there? About states maybe stepping into a space they feel the feds have backed away from.
Definitely feels like part of the story. Okay, let's dive into the details from the source. It kicks off with Oregon's Attorney General Dan Rayfield.
Right, the state's top lawyer. He filed a lawsuit against Coinbase. This was back in April.
And the core reasons stated in the filing.
He's accusing Coinbase of selling unregistered securities to people in Oregon. That's the main allegation.
And the language used sounds pretty strong. The source says he claimed Coinbase sold high-risk investments without them being properly vetted to protect consumers.
Yeah, and he also linked these alleged unregistered securities to being vulnerable to pump-and-dump schemes and fraud. So, serious stuff.
Basically saying these products weren't properly registered or checked out before being offered up.
The AG also made a point about the timing, apparently. He said his lawsuit came after the SEC, the federal regulator, dropped its own case against Coinbase.
Oh, interesting. And there was something about notifying Coinbase.
Yeah, he claims he told them he planned to sue within 48 hours. But the article does note Coinbase apparently says he wouldn't meet with them during that time. So a bit back and forth on that point, too.
Okay, so Oregon files this suit in state court. What was Coinbase's reaction?
Well, they didn't just answer in state court. They made a move pretty quickly, June 2nd, according to the source.
What kind of move?
They filed their own motion, but in a federal court in Portland.
Ah, okay. Trying to change the venue. What's their main argument for doing that?
Their big push is that this Oregon lawsuit really belongs in federal court, not state court.
Why, though? What's the reasoning?
They're calling it a copycat case, basically saying it just mimics the SEC's earlier lawsuit.
The one the SEC dropped.
The very same one. And they argue Oregon's lawsuit is trying to invade the province of federal law. That's the phrase they apparently use.
So this isn't your territory, Oregon AG.
Essentially, yeah. And that it goes beyond the AG's actual authority.
The source also mentions something from Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal. Something about an ex post.
Right. Grewal apparently posted that Oregon's claims touch on fundamentally federal issues, like what an investment contract even means.
That term again, investment contract. That's central to figuring out if something is a security under federal law, right? How we test and all that.
Exactly. And Coinbase is saying, look, figuring that out, interpreting that federal definition, that's a job for a federal court.
Not something that should be decided potentially differently state by state.
That seems to be the implication.
Yeah.
And they didn't mince words about the AG's motives either.
Oh, what did they say there?
According to the source, Coinbase claims Rayfield is, quote, dissatisfied with the federal government's recent enforcement decisions.
So they're suggesting he's acting because he doesn't like what the feds are doing or maybe not doing.
And that he's trying to, as they put it, dictate the future of digital assets on his chosen terms, timing, and turf. Really frames it as a power play.
Which, interestingly, leads us right back to the Oregon AG's own explanation for why he filed this suit at the state level.
Right. He's basically saying he had to step in. He framed it as filling an enforcement vacuum.
An enforcement vacuum. Okay, what's his basis for claiming there's a vacuum?
Well, the source material says AG Rayfield claims the SEC dropped its case against Coinbase, and he made this specific claim that the agency had even reassigned its top crypto lawyer.
Reassign them where?
To the agency's IT desk, apparently. And he linked this, according to the source, to when Donald Trump entered the White House.
Okay, so he's connecting perceived federal inaction or changes directly to a shift in administration.
And based on that view, his conclusion was that states, like Oregon, must fill the enforcement vacuum being left by federal regulators who are giving up and abandoning these important cases.
Now, just to be super clear for everyone listening, we're relaying what the source says the AG claimed here, his stated reasons and his perspective on the federal situation. We're not confirming the political specifics, just reporting on his justification.
Absolutely. It's his rationale for state action, as presented in the source. And it really does highlight this tension. Is federal oversight sufficient, or do states need to jump in? Different sides clearly have different answers.
And the source gives us a bit more background context, too, which is helpful. It reminds us the SEC did sue Coinbase back in 2023.
Yes, with similar allegations about selling unregistered securities. That's the case Coinbase calls this Oregon suit a copycat of.
And that SEC case was dropped when?
In February, according to the article. And the source notes this happened under the Trump administration.
Okay. And one more piece of context, the article mentions other states.
Right. Apparently, in recent months, several other U.S. states have actually dropped similar lawsuits against Coinbase.
Oh, really?
Which ones? The source specifically names Kentucky, Vermont, and South Carolina. So kind of the opposite trend to what Oregon is doing.
Interesting. So while Oregon is pushing forward, some others that had similar cases have pulled back.
Exactly. Which, probably adds some fuel to Coinbase's argument that these issues are better handled federally, not in this kind of state-by-state patchwork.
Okay, so let's try and tie this all together. We've got the Oregon AG suing Coinbase in state court over alleged unregistered securities.
Coinbase pushing back hard, trying to move it to federal court, arguing it's a federal issue, a copycat case, and that the AG is overreaching.
The AG justifying his action by claiming there's a federal enforcement vacuum, citing the dropped SEC case and alleged staffing changes linked to the administration.
And then the background context. The prior SEC case was dropped, and other states have recently dropped their similar cases.
It really does crystallize this conflict, doesn't it? On one level, it's a straightforward legal fight about jurisdiction state versus federal court.
Yeah, procedural battle, almost. But underneath that,
it's this much bigger debate about who should be regulating crypto. Is it the state's job, especially if they think the feds aren't doing enough?
Or does having states jump in just create confusion and conflict with federal law? That seems to be Coinbase's angle.
Understanding these kinds of legal fights, even just this one case in Oregon, really helps you see the gears turning, how the rules for digital assets are being hammered out in real time.
And the push and pull between different levels of government trying to assert control or establish frameworks for this industry is messy.
Definitely messy. So, wrapping up our deep dive today, here's something for you to think about based on what we've discussed from the source material.
Yeah.
We see these competing claims. Oregon saying states must act due to a federal vacuum. Coinbase saying this is fundamentally federal turf. And we know other states have stepped back from similar fights recently.
Right.
So what does this specific fight over where the case gets heard, this jurisdictional wrestling match, tell us about the deeper challenges of trying to regulate an industry like crypto, which operates across state lines, even globally, primarily at the state level? Food for thought.
Definitely something to mull over. The friction is palpable.